Oh, this guy's out of the doghouse too? My goodness.
Yeah, the wife is working in the doghouse today, so I get to be in the living room.
Oh,
Feels
daytime
good.
things, huh? Of
Yeah, man, feels good.
course it feels good. You don't have to work. Wife's not there to bother you.
Yeah,
Baby's
but
not there. What a world.
it's nice, I gotta admit. And gonna go picketing after
Hey,
this and watch Succession.
what's going on, everybody? And welcome back to the Hoops Corner. I'm your host, Peter Tran, and on the line, finally made his way out of the doghouse. Josh Cohen, how you doing?
Doing well. Feels good to be out finally. It's been a long time.
It's a little different with the daytime, huh?
It's nice. It's nice. Nice change for sure. I feel refreshed.
I love it. The banger in the paint, a residential medical expert. Man, this guy's gonna be busy during this playoff run. Rajan Valia, how you feeling?
I feel energized. My knees are better than Kawhi's. I'm living my best life right now. I'm ready to go. I'm honestly, this is probably my favorite month of NBA basketball.
Raj, you're gonna be going to LA soon, aren't you? You're gonna go pay Kawhi a visit, join his medical staff that doesn't talk to anybody?
Honestly, I thought I was going to maybe have the choice of games, whether it was going to be the Suns or versus the Clippers or the Grizzlies versus the Lakers, but I don't think any games are going to be played while I'm there. So, you know what? I'm just going to have to enjoy the sun and eat some good food.
Yeah, why don't you just make a quick trip out to Phoenix instead?
Well,
Catch game 5 out in Phoenix.
I can't support Chris Paul. I have my issues with him.
Then you can wear your Ottawa Valley shirt, though. It'll be perfect.
That I can rep, but you know what? I'm ashamed of Phoenix. They went away from their Valley jerseys. That's like even less reason to cheer for them.
It's true. Those are sick jerseys. Have you noticed how often NBA teams are just switching jerseys now? Like, when we were younger, it felt like, once every like 4 or 5 years, whatever. But now it's like every year there's at least 3 jerseys dropping. It's constant alternatives.
They're trying to
It's a little
really
much.
maximize that revenue stream, aren't they?
It
Yeah.
is, for sure.
I also hate the color schemes. Like, stick to your colors. Like, obviously, you can have one retro jersey or one jersey that represents old, like, colors. But, like, watch, we're going to see Lakers jerseys in, like, burnt orange next year that have, like, no relationship at all to what the Lakers colors are or were in the past. So, it's just a bit much. It's hard to recognize, and it kind of devalues the jersey and the team colors, but whatever.
What you mean the Minnesota Timberwolves with lime green isn't enough for you?
You know what? They have a bit of green in their jersey, so it's not that far-fetched, but yeah, I'm not about it.
It's a far cry from Kevin Garnett's a badass wolf to a lime green line. There's nothing else to that jersey. It's very disappointing.
They should
We'll
just
get into the Timberwolves later.
go with what works. If the Lakers brought back the baby blue, they would sell so many of those jerseys. I'm not sure why they don't do it.
So this is like a personal story, but Ben used to have one of those like Kobe Minneapolis Lakers jerseys, like the old school blue ones. We were like in grade 10 or grade 11. I would take it all the time, obviously, because it was a dope jersey. And then he just gave it away. Come on, man. Like, I literally took this jersey from you all the time, and then he gave it to one of his boys. He's like, yo.
That is a
Disrespect,
mistake. That is
What?
a mistake.
The disrespect. Running high with the Twins.
Was it like that meme where those two guys outside the club after going clubbing for like 3 hours together, where they exchanged shirts? Or
Yeah.
he just exchanged jerseys with somebody else that he found in the club?
Yo, imagine doing it in high school. Swapping jerseys for like a long pink tee.
I could see him doing that.
So could I, unfortunately. So could I. Okay, let's get into it. The Warriors and the Kings, probably the most exciting series of all the playoffs so far, right? Tied 2-2. Game 4, we saw, I don't know how to describe this. We saw both teams try to choke it down the stretch. We saw Steph Curry pull a Chris Webber and call a timeout without having one. Steve Kerr challenging a call that led to the lack of timeout, which no one thought would ever work. And then the Kings just fumbling, relying on, I mean, it was a good look, but Harrison Barnes missing a 3 at the buzzer. The series is just being on and off, right? Like, one team leads, goes back and forth, blah, blah, blah. And on top of it all, we have a Draymond suspension. Draymond, who should be teed up at least 4 times a game. And then finally, we get a rest, we get a couple of days off, and Woj just comes in. De'Aaron Fox with an injury to his index finger on his shooting hand. Is that right, Raj?
Yeah, it's his left hand.
His left hand. How bad do you think this is going to be for him? Like, I'm assuming that he's going to play, right? There's no way that he sits out Game 5 of a playoffs due to an injury to the tip of a finger.
Yeah, but I think it will obviously affect his performance on the court, and I think the decision that the Kings are going to have to make is, will they even have a chance without Fox? And I think the answer is a resounding no. I do expect him to suit up, play, but if the game does at some point get out of hand, or if he's not able to have a good dribble, not be as effective, then, or if he re-injures or further injures the finger, I think they'll pull the plug on him. Kind of a bummer to the series, because like you mentioned, it's probably the best one in the first round. Like Malik Monk showed up. De'Aaron Fox has really shown that he can be a leader on this team. He was very clutch in the fourth quarter. Honestly, this series comes down to how well the Warriors have defended Sabonis, because Sabonis is a player, like their second star, you could say, and he's really been held to minimal attempts per game. He's not being aggressive. He can't seem to finish at the rim. And even his initiating offense, they're giving the Draymond Green treatment to Sabonis, leaving him open at the corner of the key. And you can just tell that without Sabonis hitting, that Kings offense can't function as well. And obviously they rely a lot on 3-point shooting, and Game 4, the shots weren't going down, and if Sabonis isn't playing well and your shots aren't going down, you really shouldn't have any chance of winning the game. So credit to them for fighting and staying in that game. But with this injury to Fox, with the momentum that Golden State has, the experience, kind of like I predicted, the experience is really going to be the difference. And I do think Golden State's going to win this series, and I just think Sabonis has to show up. And if I'm Sacramento, it kind of concerns me. It's not that he's had one bad game. He's really not had a good game in this series. And what the Warriors are doing, it's not like they're... Draymond obviously missed Game 3, but the Warriors aren't doing anything that crazy unique to Sabonis, like doubling him or throwing him a completely different look. He's just not performing. And so you kind of have to ask questions about how well Sabonis is going to play in the crunch time.
They are taking away his pet moves, though. He likes to just bully people to the basket and then get that little lefty hook from 2 or 3 feet. And they're giving him so much space, and he's taking it up by just continuing to try to back down guys like Looney, who can't be moved, or even Draymond, who's very tough to move as well. So I think what he has to do is adjust and take those little 10-foot floater shots or 10-foot flip shots, which he's pretty good at, but for whatever reason he decides not to shoot them. And oftentimes at the free throw line, when he gets the ball there, little dribble handoff actions, he's wide open for mid-range shots, and he has also chosen not to take those shots. And when he has, he's missed most of them. But on the Fox note, Jeff Stosterman, Street Clothes, who's, renowned for, keeping a database of all the injuries over the course of the last 20, 30 years, said this would most likely just be a pain tolerance thing with him. And guys have sat out in the past with this, but with the playoffs, it's obviously a little bit different. So I think, he's obviously doubtful to play tonight right now. But as we've seen in injury reporting so far in the playoffs, doubtful means absolutely nothing, because it often changes by midday come game day, which has happened to Giannis recently, obviously, and a few others. So I think ultimately he probably will play. And I hope he has a Willis Reed moment, just in terms of the crowd just going crazy that he is playing. But hopefully he actually plays better than Willis, because if he doesn't, then he's, the Kings are not going to win tonight, obviously. I think Willis had 4 points in that game. But he was very uplifting for the Knicks at that time, but, Fox needs to be more than that for the Kings to win, obviously. But as you mentioned, I think it will come down to if, Fox can't really handle the ball well with his left hand, then it's going to come down to whether Herter can make shots, and he hasn't done that so far.
Nope.
And if Sabonis can make up that space in a more efficient way, that makes more sense. Because, so far in 4 games, what he's doing is not working, so he's got to adjust.
Yeah, I'm just surprised. I never thought Sabonis was, the new coming of LaMarcus Aldridge, but he's so scared to take those mid-range shots or shots where he's maybe 10 to 15 feet from the basket. He's looking right away for a dribble handoff. And another thing, too, and I know it sounds really silly, and he is one of the veterans on this team in terms of having a bit more experience in playoffs. But I feel like he needs to focus a lot on his game. They had this mic'd up section where he was encouraging his teammates and doing all the really good things that you want him to do. But at the same time, you got to pick up your own game. That will be something that's more useful than trying to pick up Keegan Murray after he misses 3 3-pointers. I'm happy for that, but I need him to be a bit more aggressive and really kind of know that, hey, he can be a top 30 player in the NBA when he's firing, and he's not playing like one. Definitely not.
They're really giving him the Ben Simmons, Draymond Green treatment, right? It's incredible to see that, a guy who is most likely going to be third team All-NBA at center position. All year we've touted him as one of the better offensive centers in the league. And then to just completely disappear, to get maybe 3 to 4 feet of distance from a defender every time, every possession from the foul line. Without exaggeration, every possession that he gets the ball at the foul line, he just stands there and waits, right? Draymond's at least an arm's length away at minimum. And you would expect him to at least take a jumper once in a while. I think he took 1 in game 4. And throughout the year, he was money. I'm not saying he's the best shooter, Raj, like you alluded to. He's not amazing, but you're good enough to shoot. Have some confidence. It's really weird that he's been thrown off his game so much because, we talked about it already. He's used to bullying people. But if you can't bully people, you sort of have to adapt to something. You can't just, for a lack of better terms, disappear on your team, right? So strange, considering he is, aside from Harrison Barnes, he's the guy with playoff experience on this team. Granted, it wasn't a lot with OKC or anything, but he still had some playoff experience. He had more than Fox. And Fox is showing the hell up.
Yeah. Good on Fox. And going back to game 4, I think that loss that Sacramento had, obviously Golden State ended up really kind of closing the fourth quarter really well. Obviously Sacramento had a chance. Golden State? Yeah, obviously not in the last minute, but they did.
That's not closing then, is it?
Yeah, but they also narrowed the lead, the lead that Sacramento had, grabbed a lot of momentum away from Sacramento. Sacramento was not getting good looks. They were rushing everything. They had 50 seconds left, and Malik Monk was going 1-on-2, and they were down 1 point or 2 points. It was a bit ridiculous the way their offense was running, and you could tell this was just an inexperienced team who hasn't been there before. But I thought Golden State did an okay job, obviously, when you still have a chance to win the game. And remember, Wiggins missed a similar type of shot in game 1, and that caused Golden State to lose. And now, obviously, Barnes couldn't make the shot to put Sacramento up 3-1. So I feel this series should be 2-2. It's been pretty even overall. But the momentum is clearly with the Golden State Warriors. They won a game without Draymond. And they won a game that, realistically, I think if you're the Kings, you normally win that game.
Yeah, it's really too bad the Kings didn't win game 4. Because all the storylines that would have come out of it would have been so fun to just revel in, Draymond missed 10 layups that game. Stephen Curry just completely choking away the game at the end in historic fashion. Not only with, the Chris Webber moment, but taking that shot early in the shot clock to give the Kings the ball back that early and give them time to get a pretty damn good look. And the one thing that nobody's really talking about is on that last shot, Malik Monk was to the right of Fox, And once that shot went up, he actually ended up getting the rebound after the game was over, and he slammed the ball on the ground so hard. He wanted that shot so badly, and Fox chose to give it to Harrison Barnes instead. And it would have been a really tough shot for Monk to take because Wiggins was on him. And Wiggins was fair distance away from him, but he would have got a good contest up because Wiggins is really athletic, obviously. But yeah, if you watch that clip back, like Monk was so angry. It was pretty funny to watch.
Would you rather have that or a Harrison Barnes wide open three from the wing, right? Like, Harrison Barnes is wide open.
Honestly, if I was the Kings, the configuration that I would have had is instead of having Harrison Barnes there, I know this might be crazy to say, but...
Murray.
Exactly. I would have had Keegan Murray there. He had 23 points, I think, in that game. He had 5 threes, I believe. So
somewhere around there, yeah.
He is a rookie, but he was hot that game, so I think he was, the option there if they could have done that.
Yeah. I know, I think they knew that Golden State was going to double or throw another body at Fox. And again, I think they only needed 2 points to 2 points to win the game. They were only down 1, I believe. Again, I thought, like, obviously they did get a good look, and Harrison Barnes is not their best 3-point shooter, but he's fully capable, and it's not like Sabonis, who refuses to shoot. But I personally thought they probably could have got a little better of a look, or just kind of a bit more action to the player who had a chance to set his feet. Because it looked like Barnes kind of felt like he had to rush the shot, not because he wasn't open enough, it's just the timing of it. Like, they obviously want to take the last shot, but yeah, like, you lose those games. They fought hard, and now Fox broke his... I wonder if Fox actually broke his finger after the game. Was this recently in practice, or was this during the game?
No, there's a clip out there. Yeah, it was, I think, with a few minutes left in the fourth quarter. He was going up for a layup, and then after the play, Kevon Looney, I think, was trying to block his shot, and I think he might have hit the tip of his finger, or maybe hit the ball, and the ball hit his finger. I'm not sure what it was, but...
Flagrant!
It was a nothing play.
Can you call a backlogged flagrant foul here? Let the Kings start off like 1-0 or 2-0?
I think they would rather have the actual flagrant. But yeah, no, it again, we'll see what happens in terms of if Fox plays, but I think it's almost a given that Golden State's going to win this game.
Nah, man. Home team wins it all.
The Kings are going to king.
Home.
Yeah, the crowd is going to be crazy tonight, so Golden State's going to have to earn it even if Fox is injured. So I think it's going to be a close game regardless, but it's not looking good. I hope the Kings win,
Watch Harrison Barnes' revenge game. Game 5.
I mean...
After choking away the 2016 final, after missing Game 4 big shots, he had 2 big shots down the stretch, and he missed them both. But just watch. Harrison Barnes. Black Falcon coming up.
Caw-caw.
Falcon Punch. Black Falcon Punch.
Caw-caw.
Josh, do you still like the Warriors to win this then?
I mean, I think I picked the Warriors in 6 before the series started. So it's looking that way, but what the hell? Kings are going to win tonight.
Oh my god, Josh.
Oh.
Let's go. Let's make it interesting.
Is getting to your head.
Yo, watch. They're going to win, and then De'Aaron Fox is going to use his left pinky, or his left index, and then light the beam.
They should light the beam during the game to get all the energy.
Drop the confetti during the game. That'd be sick. It's like Goku getting the Spirit Bomb ready, you know? Getting all the energy in the world behind the Sacramento Kings.
Yeah, maybe that'll get Sabonis going.
It still won't. Sabonis is, Yo, what do we think of this Alex Len resurgence here?
Oh, God.
We enjoying it?
I think... Again, I think they're going to look at that center position after in the offseason.
Put on Rashawn Holmes, man.
Yeah, Rashawn Holmes is sent to the Shadow Realm.
You know,
I don't know if he's even traveling with the team.
As funny as it is to talk about, like, Alex Len has actually been pretty good this series. So I don't think...
He's been solid.
You can't really hate on his performance, honestly.
Yeah.
No,
I'm not actually talking shit about Alex Len, man. He's been perfectly fine. Alex Len is like that typical big white guy in the league, like Cody Zeller, you know? He just needs to be around, does the right things, has a couple of big plays a game, and then chills.
Yeah. Solid 10 minutes per game.
Towel waiver.
It gives you your minutes.
Yeah. Raj, I really hope you're wrong. I still want to see Sacramento advance. They're a much funner team.
Want and expect are different.
I just don't want to hear Draymond Green podcast anymore.
I just want a Game 7. We need a Game 7.
Bold prediction, there will be 0 Game 7s in the first round this year. Not so bold, but...
Okay, well, we're going to get to the next... I mean, the other series that could potentially go 7, which I think is still going to go 7. Which is
what series are you talking about going 7?
Miami-Milwaukee.
You think Miami-Milwaukee's going to go Game 7?
You think Miami's going to beat them?
Miami could win at home, man. Game 6.
Yeah, I know, which means that you think Milwaukee's going to lose the series.
They could, yeah. A 3-1? How many times have NBA teams come back from 3-1?
I know, it's 95%, whatever, I'm tired of just seeing that fucking nonsense. It's like after every game, it's like, oh yeah, teams that are up 3-2 win 85%. Thank you. Yeah, I know. It happens a lot. So what?
It's all about who wins Game 4, aside from the Warriors. But it's all about who wins Game 4 of the series.
We don't need to see that after every game, though. It's like, oh yeah, the team that wins Game 2 wins 75%. Who cares?
It's true. But behind Jimmy Butler, Miami is quite lethal. Yeah,
I think the bigger thing is Milwaukee choked that game. Like, obviously Jimmy Butler, to be honest, I'm going to give credit to Jimmy Butler. He won Miami that game. He single-handedly carried that entire roster. Injuries to 2 of their, I would say, a key, obviously Tyler Hero being the key player, but he just carried them. He willed them to win. And being down 3-1, there's a lot of considerations to think about if you're the Bucks. There's a lot of pressure. You're the number 1 seed. I think obviously Giannis being injured for a few games can probably alleviate some of that pressure. But I do expect Milwaukee to win Game 5 at home. I expect them to come out firing. But I really think come Game 6, I think Jimmy Butler can show up again. I think Miami will play a really kind of grind out defensive style game. And if the Bucks feel that pressure, their legs start getting a bit tight, their shots start going a bit short.
Knees weak, arms are heavy.
Arms are heavy, yes.
Shut up. You proud of yourself there?
I mean, he was going in that direction anyway.
Yeah,
surprised he didn't start rapping.
You don't want to hear me rap. But yeah, I think, honestly, I'm going to actually say that series goes 7, but I still think Miami may win that series. I actually will put more money on Miami to win that if it does go to Game 7 than on Milwaukee. It takes a lot of energy to win 2 games to get yourself to Game 7.
Wait, hold on. You think Miami is going to win if they get to a Game 7?
Yes.
So Miami has to win in 6?
Miami has to win in 6. They're not winning at Game 7 on the road. There's no chance.
Yeah. Sorry, that's what I was going to say. Yeah. Not what you were going to say. I think Milwaukee...
I will take that action, by the way. Give me whatever odds you want. I will take that action.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you have to tell me the odds that Miami doesn't win. Bucks don't force a Game 7 then.
That's not what you said, though. You said that if it gets to Game 7, you think Miami's going to win.
Wait. So message me when we get to Game 7 then.
Yeah, if we do. I hope we do.
Yeah.
Because selfishly, I do not want to see a Knicks-Miami, round 2 series.
I want to see that. I don't want to see the Bucks versus the Knicks because the Bucks are just better.
Yeah,
I think that matchup is worse for the Knicks, and I feel like Miami-Knicks is a more competitive matchup.
It's competitive in like a 2004 way. Nobody wants to watch 80 to 78 series. Like, it's hard enough watching this Cleveland series, and Cleveland was a fun team to watch in the regular season, and the Knicks have just choked them out. So with a team like Miami who struggles to score, and I mean, they haven't really struggled too much this series because Giannis has been out, obviously, and then Jimmy Butler goes for 70,000 points in the last game. But, when they play against the Knicks and both teams playing the same type of style, which is half court, beat each other up type of offense and defense, it's going to be a hard watch if that happens.
Again, I rather watch a hard to watch, maybe a less aesthetically pleasing, close series where you're watching and you're not sure who may win that series. It's not like we're watching like a 80-60 slugfest and one team is just clearly...
We might.
It might be like that. It might be like Indiana,
which team
Detroit
would you
back
take?
in the
Let's
day.
go. Let's go to the hypothetical then. Who's going to win that series? And how much money are you putting on it?
New York would win that series. Sorry, Miami does not have any firepower. Like,
Okay.
Butler had to score 56 to win a game. It's not going to happen again. You know what I mean? And the way New York buckles down on one person, forget about it.
Forget about it. You got to say it correctly.
Don't you wish you came to the Knicks?
Yeah, I love that guy. The fact they shut down like 2 major streets after the game too. Every game is amazing.
Good for them, man.
Yeah.
That's what Toronto kind of does, except we don't shut down streets, but you know. It's good, it's hype. Why wouldn't you be excited for your team?
I mean, I was there for Game 7 against Miami, and we shut down a couple of streets after the game. It was pretty fun.
Did you?
Oh,
Did you really shut down streets?
absolutely. Absolutely. There was no cars getting by us. Everyone was honking. It was great. It was a good time. It's like picketing, you know?
Roger. Yeah, I was going to say, Roger, you hear that? This guy's been picketing for years.
I know, Josh, with his increased government wages back in 2019.
Got my signs, baby.
Yo, when you go to picket now, are you just carrying a Raptors flag with you?
Yes, guys, we the North.
Everyone's very confused. They're like, wait, it's not for the Raptors, and the Raptors are out of the playoffs, aren't they? I'm like, yeah, whatever.
I guess we are the North. You know,
Yeah.
that would work.
Yeah,
Get the car flag out, man.
no doubt.
Bring back Nick Nurse.
Bring back the Knicks. Oy, man. Do you want to talk about this Bucks series anymore with the Heat?
All right, predictions. We got to get a prediction here.
Miami in 6. I'm in.
I will say
Line it
Miami
up.
in 6.
Milwaukee in 7.
Well, it has to be Milwaukee in 7. They're not going to win in 5 or 6. Okay. Do we think that Giannis was like really, really hurt? Or was he like just stalling and sort of just, you know what I mean?
No.
I think
Just
he was
thinking
hurt.
that they would just
Come on,
beat
man.
them.
You serious?
I don't know. I'm legit just throwing it out there. I haven't thought about it at all. But like, if I was the 1 seed, I'd be like, yeah, you know, our team's really good without Giannis already. Do we really need to force him back? Maybe give him like an extra day or 2 to rest.
Yeah, I think that might have happened, but that's different. Like, I think he's still hurt. I just think that maybe they thought, like, hey, you know what? We won game 2 without him. Like, we can go to game 3, probably have a competitive game, and worst comes to worst, we play him in game 4 and we win that game. And then their plans failed.
Disagree. I think that in the playoffs, there's no room for error, especially when you're 1-1 going into the other team's gym. If he could have played, he would have played. And this is Giannis we're talking about, a guy who always wants to play too, and a guy that just wants to rip the other team's throat out.
Yeah,
so,
but the team's also looking for the best interest of the player too, right?
no, but
I'm not.
in the playoffs, it's different. Like, it's the player's choice a lot of the time, I think. Unless it's, like, really, really serious where the team sits him down. But either case, like, if Giannis could have played, he would have played, in my opinion.
I'm not doubting it. I'm just putting it out there. You know, I just wonder. Maybe he had that much confidence in Brook Lopez and Drew Holiday. Also, sorry, this is a minor tangent, but is there a more lethal pick and roll combination in the league than the Giannis Brook Lopez pick and roll?
It is.
Holy crap.
You can't stop it because you just can't get to it. Like, they
So
just play
damn
over
high.
the top.
Yeah.
Yeah, give me the Jokic, Aaron Gordon inverted pick and roll any day.
True. I mean, Jokic with most players pick and roll is pretty effective, but
Especially him, though.
yeah, true. Oh man, but yeah, shouts to Jimmy Butler, man. What a game. 3 threes yesterday, Josh, for Jimmy Butler. 41 minutes. Can you guess who played the second most minutes on Miami in game 4?
Udonis Haslem.
Caleb Martin.
Imagine. Caleb Martin played 25, so not there. Bam Adebayo and Duncan Robinson.
Yeah, Duncan. I was surprised. What happened to Max Strus? He's just having a bad series, eh?
Riding the bench. He's minus 10 yesterday. Obviously, plus minus doesn't mean everything, but
Yeah.
minus 10 for Max Strus and plus 15 for Duncan Robinson.
Max Strus is a road warrior. He plays well on the road, not so much at home.
Who?
Strus.
Oh, yeah. Duncan Robinson, the exact opposite. So expect more Max Strus next game.
I think so.
We talked about like what the Bucks and I guess the Heat Knicks series would be, but do we really need to talk about the Knicks Cavs series here? I mean, really, at the end of it, it boils down to Jalen Brunson being a bad MFer and should be an all-NBA caliber player this year. Should have been an all-star. He's basically carrying this Knicks offense on his own and literally setting up everybody. Julius Randle came back from an ankle sprain, and he's been a little subpar. I don't want to sugarcoat it. And RJ Barrett, our Canadian brethren, really showing up in New York, even though he's not very good on the road and can barely shoot the ball. This team is just, slowed the hell down out of the Cavs, right? They're just buckling down on Garland and Mitchell, hoping that Okoro or LeVert, literally anybody else could beat them, but no one can. So as long as you stop Garland and Mitchell, this Cavs team is kind of just stuck in the mud, right, Josh? They're literally just stagnant without those two.
Both teams are, honestly. They both have what would be by far the worst offensive rating of teams in the NBA if you compared it to the regular season, because both teams just cannot score. I think right now the Knicks are averaging 98 points a game in the series. The Cavs are shooting 31% from three. Knicks are shooting 28% from three. But the biggest difference is all the hustle stuff, right? Like Mitchell Robinson's bullying everybody out there. Jared Allen just looks like, he's added weight in the last couple of years, but he cannot keep Mitchell Robinson off the boards, and Mobley hasn't been good enough at center. He's also getting bullied when he's playing center against Mitchell Robinson or Hardenstein. So that's been the biggest difference in the series, and obviously Josh Hart has been incredible too against Mitchell.
Yeah. I think, like you guys mentioned, both these teams probably don't have as much wing depth as they probably need to become serious title contenders. I think especially for the Cavs, they're so guard heavy, and the knock on Mitchell has been he's always been just a volume player. Obviously he puts up good numbers. You need a scorer on him, but you definitely need another player on your team who can handle the rock and create his own shot and do it a bit more efficiently. Obviously not to the same degree. We're not talking about a player who puts up 30, 40 points, but someone who can put up an efficient 15 to 20, and they don't really have that wing player to do that. And I don't like to compare offensive ratings from regular season to playoffs because, again, the game speed changes. Teams have time to prepare for you. But again, both these teams the Knicks are forcing the Cavs to play at a much slower pace, and that's part of the game. And that's part of playoff basketball. You have to work way more in the half court. You're not going to be able to run and gun. And yes, you can try to pick up the pace, but the game is a bit slower in that aspect. And again, credit to the Knicks. They're playing their basketball. They've really controlled the pace of the game. They've controlled kind of who's getting the looks for the Cavs. And like we talked about, Brunson's probably first team all underrated NBA player. He's probably the first player on that sheet. And we'll probably get into that in the offseason in terms of all NBA teams and all underrated NBA. But I think the Knicks surprised me even in the fact that they were just able to really dominate and kind of bully the Cavs. And the series looks like it's going to end probably in 6. I think the Cavs have a little bit of pride here. They're going to win probably a close game 5, but I think the Knicks just have so much they own the Cavs right now. The Cavs are in their own head right now.
And just quickly, the main reason why I picked the Knicks in this series was because I watched the last regular season game that they played without Julius Randle, and I saw a lot of things in there that it made sense for the Knicks to be able to be successful in this matchup, in that their bench is just so much better. And the other thing is, having the ball in Jalen Brunson's hands more is going to lead them to better things in this series because Jalen Brunson just owns Donovan Mitchell. And I said before the series started, if Julius Randle does not play, the Knicks are going to win this series for sure. And Julius Randle has not shown up, and the Knicks are winning.
Get out of here. What a twisted way of looking at it. Come on, man.
God, he sucks in the playoff. He is so bad. He's the most inefficient player in the playoff history. This is the role he used to belong to DeMar DeRozan back in the Toronto days, but Julius Randle's taken over.
Shouts to DeMar. All right, Josh, let's move on to some Stats Corner, please.
Yeah, absolutely. As hard as it is for me to say this is just like a quick stat for you guys. LeBron James has 7 game-winning or game-tying shots in the final second of playoff games. No one else in the last 26 years has more than 2. The only other players that have 2 are Chris Paul, Middleton, Lillard, Joe Johnson, Paul Pierce, Duncan, Vince, but LeBron has 7. He's 7 out of 12 on those shots. Just a quick thing.
Plays a lot.
It is a lot. The fact he's so efficient on it, pretty impressive. Even though I'm not a big fan of LeBron, he gets it done in crunch time. So
give him his flowers, man.
Absolutely.
We can respect the greatness.
Absolutely. So some trivia for you guys. The biggest on-off differentials in the playoffs so far through 4 games of each series. Can you name the players that have the best on-off differentials so far this playoffs? I can give you the teams
in all 8 series.
Yes, all of the series.
Okay, well, let's go Kings, Golden State, and let's go Steph Curry.
Yes, it is Steph Curry. He is at plus 12 on the court, minus 45 off the court.
45!
Yes.
Woo! I was not expecting it to be that bad. Okay. We just sung his praises a bunch, but where's Jimmy Butler on this list?
He's actually not on the list. Also, this is not per series. This is all the series in total. So these are the best 5 players in the 8 series in terms of on-off differential.
Okay.
All right.
And then let's go with Kevin Durant.
No. Kevin Durant, not on the list.
Okay.
Miami.
That's not Jimmy Butler?
Surprisingly, no.
What is this? A Duncan Robinson tribute?
Nope.
No. 1 game.
Who could it be on Miami? Let's just throw out names, Raj.
Kyle Lowry?
Nope.
Bam.
Nope.
Wow. Caleb Martin.
There you go. Number 1. He's got a 60-point differential in terms of per 100 possessions. He's plus 30.8 on the court, minus 29.6 off the court. Pretty crazy.
What?
Wow.
How?
I don't know. He's
playing against a lot of the Bucks bench lineup because Kevin Love is for some reason starting and playing decent minutes. But yeah. Ooh.
And this one's going to be a shocker. So the New York Knicks.
RJ Barrett.
Nope.
You said shocker. Why are you You failed to shock us.
No. This one's going to be a shocker.
Grimes?
If you watch the series, you'll know. What?
Grimes?
Nope. He hasn't played in all 4 games.
He hasn't played much.
Yeah. Are we thinking too much about this? Is it like Julius Randle or something?
No.
That would be the ultimate shocker, but no.
This guy, man.
He's played a lot of minutes, and he's had 2 scoreless games.
Mitchell Robinson?
Nope.
Quickly?
Emmanuel Quickly. He's plus 35 overall, plus 22 on the court, minus 13 when he's off the court, despite not scoring in 2 of the games.
Wow.
Pretty crazy. I guess he gives the spacing aspect. I don't know.
Spacing and a ball hawk, man.
Yeah.
His defense, imagine Emmanuel Quickly from his rookie year till now. Think back to Emmanuel Quickly as a rookie. We just thought he was a gunner, right? But look at him now, man. Tibbs has really whipped this guy into shape to be one of the better defenders in the league. Guard defenders, obviously.
And he looked really solid as a starter offensively in the regular season, but I think he's shown that he can't be a lead guard in this league if he's going to play like this in the playoffs. But the next team is the Milwaukee Bucks.
Drew?
Nope.
Giannis?
Nope.
Brooke?
Nope.
What?
Wow.
We suck. We're going through Chris?
Yep, Chris Middleton.
What?
On the court, he's plus 5. Off the court, minus 29 with a difference of 34.
Wow.
And lastly, the Phoenix Suns.
Chris Middleton. Come on, man.
Okay,
Torrey Craig.
No.
Nope. That's the first
Booker.
guy you guess?
No, I said Durant earlier, but Booker?
Nope.
DeAndre? I don't want Chris Paul to be on this list.
It is Chris
Josh,
Paul.
stop altering the stats, man.
Yo, I don't like these
Plus
stats
minus when I'm
man.
watching. If I'm scorekeeping.
Plus 13 on the court, minus 20 off the court, difference of 32. And yeah, those are your top 5 guys. If you'd like, I can do another quick stat for you.
Let's redeem ourselves, Peter.
Yeah.
Jesus
The most non-corner 3-point attempts in the playoffs so far. So besides the corners, these are the guys that have taken the most shots from the other spots on the floor, so the wing and the top of the key. Can you name them?
Attempts, right?
Yes,
Not
just
made?
attempts. So Steph is number 1 at 46 attempts so far. 37% overall.
Okay.
Malik Monk.
No.
Damn.
Klay Thompson.
Clay is at 13 out of 36, 36%.
And we're saying top 5 guys, right?
Yeah, just in terms of attempts. Boston.
Mitchell?
Mitchell's number
I
6.
meant Donovan Mitchell.
He's shooting 31%.
Yeah, he's been awful.
We're talking attempts, not percents, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. 10.
Okay, Marcus Smart.
No.
Tatum.
Tatum, number 2, 39% overall, 38 attempts so far.
My boy chucking.
And you got the Kings.
Keegan Murray.
Let's see how many guesses this takes.
Herder.
Nope.
Herder.
Nope.
No? Barnes?
No, it's Fox.
There you go. De'Aaron Fox, 13 out of 35.
Wow.
He's taking 35 shots from 3? Huh.
And
He
lastly,
doesn't shoot that many threes.
your Denver Nuggets.
Oh.
Come on, Peter.
Oh,
This
now
is a
we're
layup for you.
Is Jamal?
Yes, Jamal Murray, 39%. One more quick stat. Biggest point per game drop-offs from the regular season to the playoffs. Can you guess any of these guys?
Julius Randle.
Yeah. Number 2, minus 10. Number 1 should be easy.
Quickly.
Quickly is number 4, minus 8.4.
We're just naming off Knicks now? What is that?
Joel Embiid.
There you go. Number 1, minus 13. And then you got
Wow.
the Lakers for the last 2. Both bench guys. And it's not Rui.
Of course. We're talking about... We're going to have a special pod for him.
Rui's plus minus through the roof this series. Lakers dropping off in points?
Malik Beasley.
Yep. Number 4. And...
Raj, just sweep it, man. This is all you. I haven't said a name.
Yeah, let me think about this. Lakers bench guy. Big drop off in points per game. Schroeder?
Correct. Clean sweep.
Ooh!
Minus 7.7.
Ooh!
Let's
Get
go,
that.
money.
Get the brooms out. Get the brooms out.
I'm feeling good now.
You gonna go pick it too?
Yeah, exactly. You're going to see me.
Come with me.
Get that We the North flag out. Alright, Josh, you redeemed yourself with Stats Corner. That first one was brutal, but the other ones worked out well. Well done.
Barrage.
And on that note, I want to thank everyone for listening. Please remember to rate and subscribe. We're on iTunes, we're on Spotify. Hit us up with those 5-star reviews, positive comments. You can find us on social media platforms. Josh, I'm talking about your favorite TikTok.
Yeah.
That's it. YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, the classics. And until next time, peace.